an amazing day, an amazing afternoon, yes? If you wait till now and you hang in there, then that's when the miracle happens, right? Those who left early are missing out on a gift we're all giving to ourselves today. I congratulate each one of you, honor each one of you for what you have received today and for giving this to yourself. This was absolutely an amazing, empowering day, and closing it out for us is Marcia, an amazing woman, an amazing storyteller, and also, I didn't know, a cousin to an amazing colleague of mine at Susan B. Anthony, where women are changing their lives and their children's lives every single day. So I want to thank you guys and welcome you.
Okay then, and we're back at the well. We're back at the well. Welcome back to the well, where we nourish, where we exchange, where we inspire, and where we empower. So, this morning, we talked about the 3 lies that keep us in bondage, the 3 lies about money, the 3 lies that keep us in scarcity and wanting and needing. You know, we've had these lies hammered into us. If you listen carefully to the lady that was on the panel, she talked about taking part in Ikebana. I don't know how many of you know about Ikebana, and that it's an art from the Japanese about floral arrangements. But what inspired me with this was when Ancilla told me that in Ikebana, nothing is wasted. Dried twigs, dried driftwood, old petals, everything has use in the art of Ikebana. And in addition, when putting an Ikebana presentation together, there is always some space, because we all need space in our lives. And I thank her, because until I didn't even know that. So thank you for that. So who remembers the 3 myths? Remember the first one. What's it? There's not enough. Okay. So I have for you, now this is all participation, guys. Okay? Are you falling asleep? If you need some, you sure? Okay, let's go. This is a lie. Can I hear it? Lie. What's it say up there? Today I'm disengaging from a mindset of scarcity. Today I'm disengaging from a mindset of scarcity. So when you walk out of here, you know you have affirmed, I have enough. I am enough. Myth or lie number 2. What's that?
More is better.
Is more better? No. Let's give this affirmation. I recognize this lie steals my sense of contentment and prosperity. I listen to the voice inside that lets me appreciate what is already there. You got it? I can move on? Yes. Number 3. Who remembers number 3? It's the one that I feel is the worst. It is what it is. Hit it! Give me that. Come on, out of your chairs. get a job. It's just the way it is. Never change. Believe it. No. Don't you believe it? Just the way it is. Never change. What you believe in. Woo! Don't you believe it? That's not just the way it is. So let me take you through 5 steps. 5 steps to a life of sufficiency, gratefulness, and thanksgiving. Number 1, stay with me, declutter your life. I want you, when you go home, to go into that room with the things. I want you, if you have a house with a garage, to go into that garage and declutter. I want you to fill a garbage bag with the things you're ready to let go. Give them to an organization where there is real need and say, bye-bye. Declutter your life. Number 2, make appreciation a habit. When you go into the lunchroom or the cafeteria and there is woe is me, everybody has a story. You say, isn't it a fabulous day? I have enough. I have enough. I want you to share with someone today the 3 things that you appreciate most about them. I want you to turn to a friend or a foe. Why am I going? Must be the foe. Okay. A friend or a foe and say, you know what? I never told you this before, but here are 3 things I so appreciate about you. Maybe it's that sister that you just don't get along with, or the co-worker that if she cracks her gum in your face one more time, or the person who is always calling and saying, girl, I need me $200. Right away, stop them and say, you know what I appreciate about you? They will be so disarmed, they won't remember why they called you in the first place. Or the boss that you cannot stand. On Monday, I want you to say, knock, knock. Excuse me, could I have a minute? I went to a seminar on Saturday, and I had this great aha moment. Now, it may take you until Monday to find 3 things, okay? But I want you to tell your boss, sincerely now, authentic, 3 things that you like about, or not like, but appreciate. Because sometimes you don't necessarily like it, but you appreciate it. So 3 things. Make appreciation a habit. People who live in the context of gratefulness and appreciation will find that it comes back to them 100-fold. The next one, and you're not going to like this one, spend intentionally. Okay, I hear some groans. Consider not buying anything new unless you let go of something else first. Look at your credit card bills and your checkbook. Know the flow of your money. Know where it is going. Spending money. You know what? Lindquist said, and I hadn't thought about this before, spending money is like casting a vote. If you spend your money, and ladies and gentlemen, if you think about how much per hour you earn or make, and you apply it, when you look at those shoes that are $200 and you make, let's be kind, $20 an hour, that's 10 hours you have to work to buy those shoes. Is that where you want to put your vote? I know this makes some of us uncomfortable just a little bit because, you know, and they were on sale. And Marcia said, but they were on sale. No, spend intentionally. Make sure, examine your level of debt. Susie Orman, one of the brightest minds in the industry of financial handling, said this, and I had to make a note of it to share with you. She says there's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is when you have an investment in who you are today to create a better tomorrow, such as a mortgage. That is good debt because you are making sure that you are empowering your family by moving from being a renter and paying someone else, voting for someone else's mortgage to be paid off before buying your own home. That is good debt. That is an investment. Do you know that if you have been paying $1,000 a month for rent and you have lived in your apartment or house for 5 years, you have paid your very grateful landlord $60,000. And you didn't even know you had that much money to give away, did you? $60,000. Bad debt, such as credit card debt, is when, listen carefully now, when you spend money on present desires at the cost of your future needs. When you spend money on current desires and the price that you're paying is the cost of your needs in the future, because that money is going to have to pay back instead of meeting the needs that will come tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. Now, I shouldn't even really bring up number 4 because I had a piece of pecan pie, but eat with awareness. Eat with awareness. You know, we talk about there's not enough, and there really was not enough of that pie because it was really good. However, on a serious note, here's the first thing about eating with awareness. Begin every meal with appreciation of where it came from. If it is giving thanks to a loving God, that's fine. If it is simply giving thanks to the universe, that's fine. If it is only looking at it and saying, a trucker had to get up at 5 a.m. to go to the farm, to pick up these vegetables, to haul them over to the factory, for them to be canned, for it to go to the supermarket, for me to have it here tonight. Even if that's all you do, eat with awareness. Make a commitment to make sure that what you are putting into your body is nourishing you. And this is very key, very simple, but very key. Be aware of when your hunger has been satisfied. Be aware of when your stomach says, "Hi, I'm full," even if there is still stuff left on the table. My stomach is full, I have had enough. There will be another day. I tell you this because I brought up 3 boys, 3 men, on my own. And one of the proudest minutes of my life was about 4 years ago when we were reminiscing, as we often do, and they said we were poor. And I said, uh-huh. And they said, "You didn't tell us that." I said, "I didn't think I needed to tell you." But they had enough. And when I say enough, we had in my house a very simple system. Mommy went to the supermarket on Saturday, she made an extra nice meal on Sunday, and she cooked 4 others, which she froze and labeled because she had to work. And so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night was pizza, because we used to get pizza and watch, of all things, The Cosby Show. But I'm not going there. So then Friday night was brought forwards. Anybody familiar with brought forwards? They're otherwise known as leftovers. But I had sons that didn't eat leftovers, so they were brought forward. They were brought forward from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to Friday. And they had enough. And when one, the youngest, said to me, "Are we very, 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 very poor?" And I said, "Yes, but why do you ask?" He said, "Because I've never seen meat sauce over rice before." And I said, "That's what you get with brought forwards, my son, because we have to finish eating out of the fridge so Mommy can go to the supermarket tomorrow." Eat with awareness. And number 5, which is the sweetest step of all. Learn and practice the laws of giving and receiving. And Ancilla said something today, she always touches me anyway, but she was saying that giving is receiving, receiving is giving. They're intertwined, they're one and the same thing. These are inextricably linked together by nature and the universe. The plumber, any of you married to a plumber, dating a plumber, has a brother a plumber, a father a plumber, he will tell you you cannot get water until you've poured water on the faucet in the first place. Did you know that? You cannot create the flow of water when you've installed a pipe until you've poured some water into it to prime it, for it to bring it forth. I found that fascinating. I really did. But then, you know, this is an elemental genesis that fulfills the natural cycle. You have to give. I told you this morning they used to talk about poor Marcia. I thought it was a hyphenated name. But seriously, when things turned around from me, and I'm not preaching now, not Dr. Fenton will understand, when I started tithing, when I started to give, the first check I would write from my paycheck would be my gift to God. And I started with 1%, so I probably shouldn't use the tithe word. And then I upped it to 5 when I got a raise. And even before I figured out if I had enough money, I would write that check. And invariably, I would have enough. It was so strange, but I would always have enough. And I'll give you a way that the universe does this too. The River Jordan flows into 2 seas. One of them is the Sea of Galilee. which is green and lush and has lands, oh, beautiful flowers and trees and plants. Why? Because the Sea of Galilee continues to give. It overspills, it just continues to flow. And every drop of water that flows in there flows back out. The other sea, which one? The Dead Sea. Not a drop of water that goes into the Dead Sea goes anywhere else. Isn't that odd? That the same flow would stop one place and continue to give in another? That is because of this cycle. And I say to you with my entire heart that you will find, and I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about not holding on to things. I'm talking about nourishing. I'm talking about cleansing. I'm talking about purifying and making things whole. Do something for me. I want each of you to stretch out a hand forward in front of you. Open. Stretch it forward. Look. The posture of the open hand is one of both giving and receiving. But it can only do that when it is open. You cannot receive if your hand is closed, nor can you give if it is closed. And the minute that you begin to curl those fingers in, you begin to cut off the supply, both of what you're giving and of what you're receiving. And the more the fingers curl inward, is the more it forms a fist. And the fist is a symbol of struggle, of violence, of pain. Open. And these will flow back and forth as freely as the universe gives. Did you ever notice that you could be standing here and a mass murderer standing here and a bowl of rose petals would give its scent to both of you equally? It doesn't matter that he may be the most horrible person in the world. It gives without exclusion. And this is how the universe treats its people, its children. So, in conclusion, the richness of life does not come from money. Money is a tool in the background and a conduit. But don't give it a higher priority than it deserves. Do not devalue yourself. For you, yourself, are of yourself the most valuable commodity that we have in this world. Now, why do I say that? Let's take, for example, a $50 bill. Let's look at one. Do we have a 50? Aha! Hey, can you do me a favor and just come up here and just verify for me that this is actually a real $50 bill?
No, it's a trick. No, it's real.
I taught her to say that. Okay, so what's it? A piece of paper, right, Kelly? But how much is it worth? What does it buy at the supermarket? Yeah, what? How much? $50 worth, right? Correct? Okay. So, if it fell to the ground, and I walked on it, and I stepped on it, and I really got some dirt on it, how much is it worth? $50. You sure? Yeah. Okay. All right then, so let's Let's tear off a piece. Broken. No longer whole, no longer new, no longer crisp. Piece missing. How much? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Okay. All right, so then let's get really evil here now. Okay. Jim B. Right? Okay. So let's say we soak it in some Jim B. It's just totally yuck. How much is it worth? Has it lost anything? No. Oof. You sure now? So many people that's been swimming in Jim Beam that feel that they're worthless, huh? $50. Hasn't lost anything. Okay. All right, so now here comes the white powder. And what is, I don't know, I only see it in the movies, but I believe they roll it up and do this, and then they track it through, right? So now, the dogs will get it. They'll sniff it out. How much is it worth? This has just come through some of the worst examples of human living or human cruelty to oneself. You may have fallen. Someone may have stepped on you. Someone may have trodden you down into the mud with their shoes. Someone may have said to you, I'll beat you till your mother doesn't recognize you. Does that mean that I have any less value? No. I could be an alcoholic, recovering or otherwise. How much am I worth? I am still worth 100% of when my Maker brought me into this world. I say to you, my friends and my women friends and men friends here, I say to you, if this piece of paper has retained its value after everything that it's just been through, then why on earth would you think you're worth any less because of what you may have come through? You, my friends, my sisters, my daughters, are worth 100%. Pull out your price tags. Okay, how many of you wrote under $5 on there? Anybody wrote $5, $2.99, clearance. That, my friends, priceless, is the value that I place on each and every one of you. And I will tell you this. If you aren't being treated with love and respect, check your price tag. Maybe you've marked yourself down. It's you who tell people how much you're worth. Get out the clearance rack and get back behind the glass where the value is at.